Your house in Hogwarts Legacy actually plays a bigger part than you might think. Now, I've already done a video going over which house you should join within Hogwarts Legacy, and that is an opportunity where you can pick the house that you think you should join within Hogwarts Legacy and the house that is best for you. That video went over the 4 different houses that there are within Hogwarts Legacy, those obviously being Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, and of course Hufflepuff. But in this video, we're going to be focusing on Slytherin. We're going to be going over a complete guide to the Slytherin house. We're going to be going over everything we know about the Slytherin house, and even a bit of a backstory behind the Slytherin house. That will all be covered in this video. We'll be going over the lore behind the Slytherin house, we'll go over how it started, which is obviously included in the lore, we'll look at the common room for the house, and we'll look at the features that it has within Hogwarts Legacy, of course. Some of this is just mainly, Hogwarts themed, but some of this is also specifically themed on the game Hogwarts Legacy. But all of it is about the house Slytherin, and it might tempt you to go ahead and choose that house, but this will be a complete guide to the Slytherin house in Hogwarts Legacy. So let's get into it. Slytherin was one of the 4 houses at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, founded by Salazar Slytherin. In establishing the house, Salazar instructed the Sorting Hat to pick students who had a few particular characteristics he most valued. Those characteristics included cunning, resourcefulness, leadership, and ambition. Many Slytherin students tended to click together, often acquiring leaders, which further exemplified Slytherin's ambitious qualities. Examples of these included Draco Malfoy's gang, Marilla Sidney's gang, Pansy Parkinson's gang, and Tom Riddle's gang, which later became the Death Eaters. The founder of Slytherin valued and favoured pure blood students, and the Sorting Hat admitted that it could be a factor when being sorted. Students of any blood status could be placed in the house, however a muggle-born student from that house was considered to be quite rare. The emblematic animal of the house was a snake, as the house's colours were green and silver, which we do see a lot within Hogwarts Legacy. There are 2 notable heads of the house, Horace Slughorn, who took the role twice, first leaving in 1981 and then taking the role again from 1997, until leaving before 2016, and Severus Snape, the patron ghost of the house, was the Bloody Baron. Slytherin corresponded roughly with the elements of water due to serpents being commonly associated with the sea and locks in Western Europe mythology, as well as serpents being physically fluid and flexible animals. Similarly, in Celtic mythology, water is seen as a portal to another world, leading some to believe that the element was chosen to symbolise a Slytherin's dream for a world in which their goals and ambitions had finally been achieved. Others speculate that it was chosen to symbolise many Slytherins' hope for a pure blood only wizarding society. The colours also corresponded with waters around lakes and lochs, often being green, and silver being often associated with grey rainwater. Now, Salazar Slytherin was a pure blood supremacist and believed half-bloods, and more specifically Muggleborns, to be unworthy of being taught magic. Slytherin's views at the time could have been attributed to the persecution of witches and wizards at the hand of Muggles during that century. Slytherin's opposition over the idea to allow witches and wizards from half-blood and Muggle-born heritage to enroll at Hogwarts during its foundation created great controversy at the school, and it was the root of being a feud between former friends Slytherin and Godric Gryffindor. Slytherin later decided to leave the school when an argument started between him and Gryffindor, and they either duelled or started a civil war between the 2 houses. Such an argument would be forever known as the origin of the feud between the 2 houses, and also made them the houses that are the most competitive. When Slytherin departed Hogwarts, he would leave behind the Chamber of Secrets with the purpose of an heir opening the chamber one day and unleashing a means to protect the school from those who, in his view, were enemies of magic, Muggleborns. The chamber was opened twice, and the Serpent of Slytherin was killed the 2nd time by Harry Potter in 1992. So there you go, those are the main ideas behind Slytherin and a bit of history behind Slytherin as well. Now obviously all of that information is around the Harry Potter world and Hogwarts as a whole, and it's not specifically focused on the game Hogwarts Legacy. Obviously it all still applies since it's obviously part of the same, the same world, but we are going to be now focusing on Hogwarts Legacy specific information about Slytherin, which will be part of the game. In Hogwarts Legacy, the Slytherin common room is a dungeon-like room located in the castle's dungeons. Some areas of the room are underground, so you can see what's happening below the Great Lake through the common room's windows. The entrance to this room is hidden behind what appears to be a regular wall. Once a student does use the correct password, a passage appears, revealing the entrance to the common room. Now there are thousands of students at Hogwarts, and one of the easiest ways of knowing the house they belong to is of course by checking what colours they are sporting, as each house has its own set of colours. If you join Slytherin, you can use the silver and green garments such as robes and scarves as part of your Slytherin uniform. Now, it has been confirmed that certain students will serve as players' companions, but it is unclear if you will only have access to the companion that goes to the same house as you do. But if that were to be the case, then joining Slytherin will secure you Sebastian Swallow as a companion, but for the time being it is obviously unclear as whether that will be the case. So while not much information has been revealed on how becoming a student of Slytherin will affect the game, you may find that Slytherin students are more accepting of pure-blood witches and wizards, and may also find it easier to make friends with them, including the potential Slytherin companion which we just mentioned. It is possible, though obviously not confirmed, that Slytherin students may just have a benefit to learning more subtle or deadly spells at an accelerated rate. Some other notable characters who were part of Slytherin, which we did actually mention earlier, do include the Bloody Baron, Merlin, Tom Riddle and Severus Snape, most of which attended Hogwarts long after the events of the game. Because of course it is worth mentioning that Hogwarts Legacy is set before the events of Harry Potter. Hogwarts Legacy is set in the 1800s whilst Harry Potter takes place in the 1900s. So there's actually a pretty significant leap there, to be fair, so it does mean that obviously some of the events that are part of Harry Potter, for example if you've watched the films and read the books, a lot of the stuff that you see there, or pretty much everything you see there, all the events that happen there, won't have taken place within Hogwarts Legacy because it is set before the events of Harry Potter. This does mean that you'll see some new faces and some old faces. For example, there'll be some people that are part of Harry Potter that will be there in Hogwarts Legacy. There'll be some people that you've never seen before, and there may be some people that obviously you've seen in Harry Potter but won't be part of Hogwarts Legacy due to the pretty big time difference. So we've gone over pretty much everything we know about Slytherin when it comes to Hogwarts Legacy. Of course, if we were going to look at everything related to Harry Potter and Slytherin, then this could be a, an hour or 2 hour long video, to be fair, of me just talking through everything that we know about Slytherin, so I'm not going to do that, but I have gone over some basic history, some basic information about Slytherin as a whole, not necessarily related to Hogwarts Legacy specifically, but related to the entire Hogwarts world. And then I've gone over some specific Hogwarts Legacy information about Slytherin, including a possible companion, what the common room looks like. Of course, that's also generally Harry Potter related, but still, that is how the specific in-game common room will look. And of course, we've gone over a little bit of information about how joining Slytherin could affect your gameplay within Hogwarts Legacy. Of course, when it does come to being assorted into your house in Hogwarts Legacy, it's not like it is in Harry Potter. You do actually get to pick which house you join. You don't have to, it's not randomized for you. When you are placed under the sorting hat, you will get to pick which house you want to join. And of course, you get the choice between Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. But that was a complete guide to the Slytherin house in Hogwarts Legacy, and maybe that will tempt you to join Slytherin. Let me know down in the comments. And if you don't plan on joining Slytherin, which house do you plan on joining instead? Now, I have already done a video which goes over the 4 houses and helps you decide which house you should join in Hogwarts Legacy. Of course, this video is more focused just on a guide to Slytherin, but I have done a video helping you decide which house you should join in Hogwarts Legacy, and if you're interested in watching that, then go ahead and join me over there.